Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, I want to go over Donald Glover's new music video, Feels Like Summer. He came out with this new music video called It Feels Like Summer, and basically he's walking down a suburban street singing about summertime and how it feels like it, but he's also singing about the world and how he wish it would change, how everybody is moving really fast and how we need to slow down and take a breather and just enjoy life. And there's a lot of big name celebrities in the hip-hop industry and the rap game basically, and I want to go over a lot of subliminal messages. Okay, so in the first clip, we see Childish Gambino himself walking down a suburban street. It looked hot as hell outside. As he's walking, he's basically looking, side to side at everybody. And the first people he see, 21 Savage and Metro in a car. They're basically telling TRIPPIE Red and Lil Pump to get away. And so then they run to Kodak Black's house. They run to his house and Kodak Black is like, he ain't trying to open the door for them. He ain't trying to let them in. It cuts to AMIGOS playing ball around Childish Gambino. Birdman cooking on a grill, which I thought was kind of funny. I mean, like, I ain't heard anything from Birdman. Like, I ain't heard anybody talk about Birdman in a while. So I thought that was like it makes sense that he's in the video, but at the same time, I don't know. But and then he's like, Chance the Rapper is with him, and I believe I might be wrong with a lot of this. So please feel free to correct me in the comment section below if you think I'm wrong, and tell me who these people are. But this is I'm basically going off what some of the people that I watched, how they feel. But at the same time, a lot of people that I watched, I don't necessarily agree with them. That they might feel like this one person, I feel like it's another person. So Chance the Rapper is just, he's hanging out with who I think is Jaden Smith, because I think he's Jaden Smith because he kind of looks like him, maybe just a little lighter, and almost immediately cuts to his dad, Will Smith, who is washing his car. And this scene, a lot of people looked over, and it's a simple scene. Will Smith is a simple man. Like, he's literally just washing a car. He has a smile on his face because he's content, he's happy. And if you follow Will Smith on his YouTube channel and on his social medias, you know that Will Smith has been happy for a very long time now. He's traveled to a lot of different places. He's experienced a lot of different things, met a lot of different people. Now that he's older, he has this mindset to where he's just so content with life. It seems like he's just happy with the simple things, and he don't need all these flashy cars. And because if you see the car that he's washing right now, it's not a flashy car. It's not a i8 or, a G-Wagon or a Mercedes, a Benz. It's not none of those types of cars. It's a regular, simple car. This scene, it speaks to me because he's content with the simple things. He don't need all that flashy stuff to be happy. And I just feel like a lot of people looked over that, so I just wanted to go over that for a quick second. But moving on. Then it cuts to a lady right above him on a tree branch. A lot of people has been saying this is SZA. Like, I've been hearing a lot of people saying it's SZA, but I don't think it's her for a lot of reasons. But I honestly think this is Azealia Banks. Just from the way it's clear to me that it's Azealia Banks. And just from what she's wearing and how she looks, it just looks like Azealia Banks. Again, I might be wrong. I feel like a lot of people was missing the mark on this. It has a message why she's up in this branch. Why I feel she's up here is because Azealia Banks, if you know who Azealia Banks is, she has a lot of controversy revolving her. She's not, she has pretty good music, but a lot of people look past her music, and they just see the negativity in her, because every time she speaks, something negative comes out of her mouth. She thinks she's above everybody. She thinks she's better than everybody. You know, nobody can come close to her. Azealia Banks just acts like she's better than everybody and she's above everybody, and she's always talking down on somebody. So she's basically looking down on everybody. She's looking down on everybody in the music industry. Basically, that's what I'm getting from this scene right here. Then it cuts to Nicki Minaj and Travis Scott. And I think there's a lot to be said with this scene. You have Nicki Minaj sitting on this ground with Travis Scott, and she's building this castle out of blocks. And then you have Travis Scott just come and tear it down. And I feel like that symbolizes the little feud that Nicki Minaj has with Travis Scott. Regarding his new album, I guess he like used his little family, Kylie Jenner and their daughter, Stormi, to basically promote his album. And Nicki Minaj feels like he wasn't playing fair, basically. Meaning, you know, that he had to use them to get all of the praise and to have the #1 album in the country, whereas she has the #2 album in the country, and she feel like he wasn't playing fair, just like them sitting on the ground right now, and he's not playing fair because he's knocking down what she built, and that's what she feels like he did basically in real life. I don't see her logic, but this is definitely what's going on in this video right now. And then the next scene is The Weeknd, and I believe it's Ty Dolla $ign and Frank Ocean. They're playing tug of war with Willow Smith, Solange Knowles, and ASAP Rocky. They're playing tug of war with each other because it's like The Weeknd, Frank Ocean, you know, they're trying to fight to stay relevant against Willow Smith and ASAP Rocky. And it cuts to Trippie Redd and Lil Pump again listening to Soulja Boy tell a story. Now, they're sitting on the ground listening to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy has been known to tell stories or lies in the media a lot and, you know, make himself look better than actually what he is. And, you know, Trippie Redd is listening as if he's like, he's really into what he's saying. But then you have Lil Pump over here looking like, you know, like he's in disbelief. He's not believing what Soulja Boy is saying. So it's like 50-50. And the next scene, you got Future on a bike and Drake is chasing him. Now this one, I can't explain this. Like, if someone can please explain this scene to me down in the comment section, I would be completely grateful for it, because I really want to know what this is about. I don't know what Future and Drake got going on. I know they've done collabs in the past, but I don't know if that ties into this scene right here. Please let me know if you know down in the comment section below. And in this next scene, it turns a little dark, literally. Like, it fades to black. It fades to black 2 separate times. This is the first time it will fade to black. And the first person you see is Kid Cudi. And he has his head down and his eyes closed. And he looks really sad. I personally believe that the fading to black means not only that certain people have passed, but certain legends have passed. This is a way that Childish wants to honor them. These people's lives still matter, even in their passing. We miss them. We still care about them. They're always going to remain. They're always going to be legends. But the fading to black doesn't just show people that have fallen in the past. It shows people that are still alive. Like the first one being Kid Cudi. They just are mourning the people that once love, you know, they still love, they miss them. And I feel like, you know, you see them crying, you see them sad and depressed because they missed the people that had passed on. Then you see Kanye West crying and being hugged by what looks to be Michelle Obama. And Kanye West, he has a lot of history. did a lot of immature stuff. He said a lot of things. He's done a lot of things. And when Obama was president, you know, he said a lot of things about Obama. And I remember Obama saying something about Kanye West around the time he got on stage and humiliated Taylor Swift. I feel like Kanye West's relationship with the Obamas was strained. And so, but he wanted to have a really good relationship with the Obamas. Time heals all wounds, and I feel like, you know, Michelle Obama being in this video, hugging him, and basically just consoling him, you know, it just shows that, yeah, he's done and said a lot of things, but, you know, that's all in the past now, and all is forgiven, and that's just what I'm taking from it. And then the next person you see is sitting on a bench eating ice cream, and a lot of people have said that this guy was Martin Luther King, which I honestly thought it was, but then I did a little bit more research and found some more people saying that no, it's not Martin Luther King, it's actually Obama. I never thought it was Obama, but you know, I don't see why people would think that this is Obama. But then again, I kind of do, because right before this scene is the scene with Michelle Obama. So it kind of sort of makes sense, but he doesn't look anything like Obama to me. So in my opinion, I honestly think that he's a guy named Shannon Sharpe, skipping Shannon the Undisputed. And I honestly think that that is the guy that is sitting on the bench. I might be wrong. I might be wrong with a lot of these. You know, correct me in the comment section, please. Please don't leave any negative comments. Just, if I'm wrong and you feel like I'm wrong, just put down who you think it is in the comment section. Simple. Like, if it's not him, then I honestly feel like it might be Martin Luther King. And a lot of people think that it was Martin Luther King because the ice cream that he's eating was black and white, which, you know, it could symbolize, you know, black and white finally coming together, which is what Martin Luther King wanted. And his head was down and his eyes were closed as if he was, you know, sleeping or dreaming, you know, because we all know that Martin Luther King had a dream about, you know, black people and white people coming together. And that's what a lot of people think the ice cream is, but I honestly think that now that I've done research, that's not Martin Luther King, that's not Obama. That ice cream does not represent black or white people. The ice cream represents XXX Tentacion. It represents him, and why I think it represents him is because of his hair, the way his hair used to look, but it was the light and the dark. And that's what this ice cream, I feel like, is representing. And then the fading to black is done. And it cuts to Oprah Winfrey braiding Uzi Vert's hair. And then you have Tiffany Haddish on the other side. And how I know it's Tiffany Haddish is from her mole on her underneath her eye. And she's braiding someone's hair, which I have no idea who this person is at all. I've heard a lot of people say that it's Kehlani, but I don't think it looks like Kehlani at all. I have no idea who this is. Then the next clip is Charlamagne the God with Lil Boat, Lil Yachty, whatever you want to call him. Lil Yachty, basically, and obviously it's Lil Yachty because he has the signature braids, the signature red braids, and the signature gold teeth, and he has the signature gold, and then a lot of people miss this, but he also has his signature bolt chain. Like, a lot of people were speculating at first. Like, I've seen a lot of videos that was like, oh, you know it's Lil Yachty because he has the beads in his hair, he has the red braids. I'm like, what about the actual bolt chain? That gives it away right there, apart from everything else. And they're just chilling eating ice cream. Like, I really don't think there's no symbolism here. Like, just like they were chilling on the Breakfast Club, they just chilling eating ice cream. So then in the next clip, you have Gucci Mane's clone, emphasis on clone, laying on the ground in his Gucci flip-flops. Right beside him is Dr. Dre, Diddy, Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa, and Jay-Z. They're all lined up dancing. I feel like it kind of has a little bit of symbolism in the message here. I know for a fact, like we all know that Dr. Dre, Diddy, Snoop Dogg, and Jay-Z are well-known legends. Wiz Khalifa, on the other hand, is not necessarily a legend. Well, I wouldn't consider him a legend. He's not one of the OGs, so I don't understand why he is in this lineup. It was a little confusing to figure out who these people were. Honestly, didn't know who the hell these people were, like at all. Like I couldn't even come out with a guess at all. But so I had to look it up, and I watched the video, and they said something about the Ball Bros or something like that. I don't know, the Ball Brothers, and I guess it goes LaMelo, Leangelo, and Lonzo. I might have just butchered all those names. Like I said, I had no idea who they were. I honestly don't care. And I guess Young Thug is in the back. They just playing video games. Like Young Thug in the back playing video games, and then these three brothers or whatever are playing video games. I really don't see any symbolism here. So moving on. In the next clip, you see 2 Chainz taking a pic of Meek Mill, Pusha T, and Lil Wayne. That's definitely Lil Wayne. Definitely Pusha T, and it does resemble Meek Mill. So those I feel like are spot on, and I feel like this kind of symbolizes this message is basically that all 4 of these people are on the same, and they're on the same wave, they're on the same level. At this moment, I feel like they're all at the same level. And then the next scene, you have J. Cole, and he's over here spraying down these 2 kids, and I honestly don't know who they are. Again, if y'all know who these kids are, please let me know down in the comment section. But I don't know who they are. But that's definitely J. Cole, and he's basically spraying down kids that are trying to spray him with the water guns. And I take this to mean that I guess these 2 kids are some type of rappers. And before I go into this more, like I wanna say that the reasoning why I feel like Willow Smith and Lil Pump, Trippie Redd they're like kid versions of themselves in this video is because it's to distinguish, you know, who is new kids on the block, the new rappers on the block, to the, you know, the OGs, the ones that's been in the game for forever, you know. So they made them as little kid versions because they're still learning. I just feel like he's spraying them down because he doesn't want to hear, like he doesn't want to have nothing to do with these kids. Like they're spraying him, and you know he's coming back at them with full force because he really doesn't want to hear what they have to say. He don't want to hear what none of these new rappers have to say because he's in his own little bubble. He's on his own little wavelength, you know? He's a different rapper from the rest of them on a lyrical level, you know? And a lot of these rappers nowadays, they rap about anything. If it rhymes, they rap about it. It don't have to make sense. As long as it rhymes, they consider it good. And the young kids today are gonna listen to it. But J. Cole, on the other hand, he's a very lyrical rapper. You see Janelle Monáe and SZA ride past Childish Gambino, and then after all that, it fades to black again. And the first person you see is Chris Brown crying. And I take this to mean, you know, a lot of people had a lot to say about this. A lot of people thought that Chris Brown was crying because, you know, of all the allegations and all the things that's been said to him, or that has been said about him in the media, in the media, and how he's been portrayed in the media, and he's overwhelmed, and so he starts crying. Honestly, that could be true. You know, I see why people would think that. You know, there's been a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of controversy revolving around Chris Brown, you know, with, you know, him beating women and, you know, just a lot of stuff with his daughter and his baby mama and all this stuff. And so I honestly feel like that could be true. One of the reasons why he's crying. But my own personal opinion, I feel like I said before, he's mourning someone that has passed in these little fade to black scenes. And I feel like who he's mourning is Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson is shown in the fade to black scenes. Chris Brown loved Michael Jackson to death. That was his #1 idol. He was inspired by Michael Jackson to start dancing and singing and everything. So I honestly feel like he's crying because he's missing Michael Jackson. The next person after Chris Brown that you see is Andre 3000, and then it rotates to Big Boy, and then you see, well, who a lot of people seem to think that this person is, I heard a lot of people say that this is Kehlani again. No, this is obviously Riri. This is Rihanna, and she's floating in midair, and she's floating in the blackness. And after her, you see the late Whitney Houston, and then after Whitney Houston, you see the late Michael Jackson. In some type of way, all these people, Childish Gambino really admires them. This is just a beautiful way that he is bringing them back by honoring them in his video and just basically showing what I think is like their pure state. Like, you see Michael Jackson before, his, skin started to change from the vitiligo. And then the last scene is just Childish Gambino himself walking home. He makes it home after walking all the way down that street and seeing everybody and dealing with everybody. Basically, it's like he's just leaving all that behind, and he's just going in his house, and he's just like, he's done with the situation. He wants to retire, and so this might mean that, he's done, in the sense that he's done, meaning he's retiring, and he doesn't want to be involved around this anymore. That is it. That is it when it comes to everybody in this video and the different meanings of the video and what I feel like in my own thoughts and opinions on the video itself. I actually think that it's a really good video, and I just want to see so much more from him. And if you like this video, please go ahead and like it, subscribe to your girl. It helps your girl out, and I'll see you guys in my next video.